Yeah, my name's John Smith. I'm one of the East Ward councillors representing East Ward for Handforth Parish Council.
Okay, I understand it's quite difficult to say too much about things that have gone on recently. First of all, in your own words, can you tell us what the last sort of 24 hours have been like?
For me, it's been more like the last 12 hours since we've considered. I didn't really ignore it, but I just didn't let it worry me that much last night when it was kicking off. But since today, phone's not stopped. Your profession have been non-stop on the phone trying to get interviews. Some even sneaking up on other interviews and asking questions then. It's bizarre. It's an event that won't happen in Handforth again, I don't expect, in the next 50 years. It'll move on, the circus will move on, and we just have to deal with what we've got at the moment.
Can you tell us a little bit about what actually happened in the meeting? What was is there sort of background you can go into at all?
Not really, because there is an ongoing investigation. I don't want to refer to anything that might compromise that investigation. I would suggest, though, it's pretty self-explanatory that there was a difference of opinion and it seemed to escalate. It's not what I would have done, but some people have different ways of reacting.
Is this a rather unusual occurrence, what we saw in the meeting, or did they ever get fiery?
Certainly meetings do get fiery, not to that degree, and I think really the main reason for that is they're in their own front room. They're not in a public place. People will react differently. They'll have a go at the football on TV far more vociferously from the front room, giving their opinions, than they will perhaps at the match. So that people that haven't got a necessary filter when they're sat looking at their own computer in their own front room. So perhaps that had something to do with it. I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist.
And I guess it must be quite unusual that something that sort of happened in December has suddenly caught fire and is the #1 trending thing on Twitter at the moment.
It only needs someone to strike the match, doesn't it? And for it to hit the right buttons, and then someone who's got lots of followers, I believe, what's his name, Piers Morgan, actually tweeted it, to 7 million followers. That's going to have an effect. Even if only 10% are curious about it, that's still a lot of people and their followers. So it will come to an end, I'm sure, quite sooner than people might think.
I guess we're living in a slightly strange time. There's now T-shirts printed with "I stand with Jackie Weaver" and things like that.
Who is Jackie Weaver? Yeah, Jackie is a very professional individual. She's very knowledgeable about, I won't say the law, but certainly the rules and regulations of Cheshire local councils, and has been very useful to myself and my colleagues in the past, and we have a great deal of respect for her.
Have you spoken to Jackie since it all sort of took off?
I haven't, no. But there hasn't been time to speak to a lot of people.
Fair enough, yeah. Do you think any of the other councillors involved, at what point do you think they became aware that they'd gone viral, that they'd become this sort of national sort of sensation?
I know that Councillor Moore and Councillor Sampson, we were in contact. We tend not to have a lot of contact outside meetings with Councillors Burkill, or Mayor Burkill, Councillor Tolver and Councillor Bruton. We tend not to have a lot of contact until there's actually a meeting. So how they've reacted, I wouldn't know.
And do you know what's next at the moment? Do you have a meeting scheduled? Is there anything kind of in the diary for Handforth Parish Council?
Yes, at the last meeting that we had a couple of weeks ago, it's down that we set the date for the next meeting, and that's going to be on the 17th of February. It's usually the second Tuesday in the month, but because of with COVID and different meetings taking place, it's got a bit out of kilter, but hopefully sooner rather than later we'll get back to normal meetings and past the COVID routines.